All right, welcome and shalom. We are live on what day? Well, let's see what day of the week it is. What day? April. Oh, there's my notice. All right, there it is. It's April 23rd, Saturday or Sunday, April 23rd, 2023. 4:23:23. And now it is 9:40 p.m. I see. Anyway, so what? So next Sunday, I'm looking at the calendar, and a week from today is the last day of April. So a week from tomorrow is May Day, May 1st. Well, that's cool. A week from tomorrow is May. That is good because we're getting another month to planting season for us, but we're getting there. I bought this little tray of celery, little starters of celery, and it's hard to keep those suckers alive, man. It's like I think I bought them too soon. Anyway, I mean they're doing great. I just dripped some white paint on one of the leaves, but they're looking good. And I was one of the ones next to it was a jade plant, and the paint dripped on the jade leaf, one of them. Because I just finished painting. My living room is done. All my furniture's back, put into place, and it looks great. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it looks good. Looks like a new place, finally done. Except the end of my hallway's not done. I used every drop of paint there was. Hey, Grace, how you doing tonight? Shalom. How was your day? Greetings to you, too. I had a wonderful day. I finished painting my living room, and all my furniture is back into place, and it looks great. I'm so happy. I ran out of paint. I used every drop because the end of my hallway isn't done, so I'll have to go back maybe next week and get another one. Yeah, my living room is done. I just finished my living room, yep. And most of the hallway. Most of the hallway in my living room is done. 2 coats. But at the very end of my hallway I ran out, so I wanted to make sure I was going down the hallway, and I thought, well, I want to make sure, because I still had pretty much paint. I want to make sure I had enough to do the living room. Because I don't care about the hallway as much right now. So I did the 2 coats on the last 2 days or whatever, except for Sabbath. Yep, everything's back into place. Oh, it's so nice. I had 2 coats of Kills primer, and then I had 2 coats of this paint. Yeah, just one thing I hate is rehanging. I got a couple really long items that have to be I have to get the laser. I have a laser level, and it's just a pain in the butt. And like you laser it straight, the laser going across, and then you hit the button, and it suction cups to the wall, and it stays there. And then anyway, just a pain in the butt. So anyway, I got the things back up on the wall. In fact, I'll show you, but as a matter of fact, I read it. I don't know, it's kind of dark in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is what's hard to hang. This thing right here. There's 2 items there. There's that big thing, and that. It's a big saw. There you go. So that thing, you gotta level it, and then the saw, I had to level it. Anyway, so I was dreading that, but anyway, it's done. Just yeah. And you got to measure the screws, and I mean measure, and level. Anyway, so when you stand back, I don't know if you can see from back here, what's painted on the saw. So see from back here, it looks level. You know what I mean? On the saw, you know, this is right when Dave died. I got into working for the realtors for doing pickups. This is like one of the very first things, and these people, they're really cool. This old couple, they made this thing, and they just loved that I liked it, and they gave me a bunch of, like, one of my first pickups, and the people were so nice, and they gave me such nice things. Like I was their kid or something. You know what I mean? I didn't even know the people. Anyway, I'll show you. It's a scene, so it's a you know, it's a handle. It's a real saw. You know, it's a real saw with real teeth on it. But it's a cabin in the woods, and a hunting dog, and then some pheasants. Let's see what else I got. I got dog bones on the ground here. I'm trying to avoid pheasants. A UFO. No, just kidding. There's another pheasant. I think or something like that. Cabin in the woods. And then that. I painted that God Bless Our Home the same color. I used the wall paint to highlight because that's carved out of there. This is carved out. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of carved out. So anyway, I painted inside there with the same color as the wall. So yeah, let's go. Anyway, yeah, they gave that to me. They gave me a lot of nice stuff. As a matter of fact, they gave me this sword, and I think it's worth a lot of money. It's like probably from the Revolutionary War. This sword they gave me. It looks like maybe 1500s. I don't even know. It's really super old. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's cool, huh? It's a real saw. Anyway, I love it. Like I said, it was probably one of the first jobs I did. Turn that off. One of the first jobs I did working with realtors, picking up, and people were really nice. Yeah, so that thing was not fun to hang up, so I was dreading it. It's just you gotta level it and space it and measure. Anyway, I love those old saws with the painted scenes on them. They're not as common anymore. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't sell it, because when I sold my house, I sold a lot of stuff, but I really liked the saw, so I thought, oh, that's gonna be. Because I knew I was moving up north in a cabiny kind of area up here, up in the cabin in the woods. So I'm glad there's a few things I saved from wherever I was gonna move. Anyway, yeah, I like it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I really like him. Yeah, they gave me this sword. I don't know. It's some kind of cavalry sword. They gave me a lot of nice stuff. I think I told you. You know, it was weird. Also, one of the first jobs I did was for a different realtor, but they worked together. The guy and the girl. So one was this was these customers, these clients were from the lady that I worked for, but she had a partner, this guy, younger guy, and anyway, I did some jobs for him too, and I did his well, anyway, I did his friend, but his friend, it was so weird because his mom and dad owned a house and they were selling the house. And this is like one of the first jobs. I think I told you guys this story one time. So they said, come on over. We got a bunch of good stuff. And to pick up if you want. And I said, for sure. So I came with my truck and trailer and I brought my son. And so we go in the house and they're going to sell the house because the dad died. And the dad was in the back room. And anyway, the dad died. And the people themselves were pretty old, you know what I mean? Because the guy was, I don't know, whatever. And then it was their parents, so it was the grandpa. So it was the guy's grandpa that died, and the guy's mom and dad were going to sell the house and move somewhere else. So anyway, so me and my son, they're going around pointing to things that we should pick up and take. So we go through the house, and they're saying in this room, and then we went in the bedroom where the old man was, or the grandpa died, and she said so you could take the bed and this and that. So anyway, and then we went to the next room, and she showed us. Anyway, I got some nice stuff there. Anyway, we went room to room. This is what they always do, point to what I should take. And anyway, so me and my son are in the bedroom, the old man's bedroom, and we're taking the bed apart. You know, we pull the top off. It was just a twin bed, and we pulled the top off, and then we pulled the box spring off, and we're anyway, I pulled the frame apart and stuff, and the other people are in the other room, and then and as we're going he's got the front, I've got the back, and as we're carrying the box, the bed out through the doorway, this old guy gets in PJ's way, and PJ's like, "Oh, excuse me," and then PJ moves, and then I'm going through the doorway, and the guy's in my way. I'm thinking, who is this old guy? Anyway, it was so weird. Anyway, we emptied everything out. We thought, you know, we saw the mom, we saw the dad, and we saw the son. Who's the old guy? Anyway, he was in our way. And so even like we're trying to get, like I said, it was so awkward because we were going through carrying something through the doorway, carrying the mattress, and the guy gets right in the way. Anyway, so and then we said something later, said something about the guy, and they said, huh? And then we thought, we didn't say that because we thought maybe, I don't know, maybe we were wrong. I don't know. Anyway, then when we get home, we're dipping the box spring, and the old guy's driver's license falls out of the box spring. And we look at it and like, dang, that's the dad. And look that was the guy that was in our way. I think that was a ghost. Well, it was a ghost. It was their dad, the grandpa. The grandpa, it was, and you know what? It was as real as any person. He wasn't see-through. He wasn't ghost looking. He was an old man. And anyway, really confused us because we said something about yeah. And then we looked at each other like, anyway, we didn't want to look stupid. Yeah, it is crazy, man. And then it kind of freaked us out because I said, isn't it weird how he kept getting in the way in the doorway? We'd have to like go around him. He didn't want us taking the bed. Anyway, that was the dad, and it was so weird because when we tipped the box when we got home, we're unloading the trailer, and ding ding, there goes out the guy's driver's license. And I picked up, and like, oh, it's somebody's driver's license. I picked up, I'm like, whoa, that's the old guy. Whoa, and we looked at the name. That's their dad. That's the grandpa. Oh heck no, that was the guy that was in our way. Anyway, kind of weirded us out for a little bit. You know what I mean? Because no, he was not a ghost. He was not. He was as real as can be. In fact, we're kind of thinking like, why does this guy keep getting in the way? He took his bed. He said, I think so. We're taking all his stuff. I imagine what he was probably trying to tell us. But anyway, I just thought, you know, it's kind of annoying. This guy's in our way. I wish they would like, you know, tell him to go in a different room or something. Anyway, it was really weird. It was really weird. That's like also one of the first jobs. I had encountered so many ghosts on that job over the years. So many ghosts. It's not even funny. Anyway, yeah, weird. I was like the first of over 10 years of ghosts, seeing ghosts in these houses. Anyway, yeah, it was just weird. Because we said something about your dad, and he said, "No, the dad, our dad's the one that passed away or something." Anyway, I thought, yeah, we'll just look crazy if we say anything more. You know what I mean? So anyway, but yeah, we're giving each other the eyeballs, like, what the heck? Anyway, yeah, a lot of these houses are haunted. I'm telling you. So when you buy a house, just ask God to bless it, remove the bad juju and all that, because a lot of these houses are messed up. And not really necessarily because somebody died in the house, but maybe somebody didn't want to move on. I don't know. Haven't you heard? Don't disturb the dead. Let the dead rest in peace. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like the guy was buried in the mattress. I hope. He popped out like a genie. But he wasn't a ghost. He wasn't see-through. He wasn't white and pale. He was an old man. I was like, yeah, every time he'd be going backwards, we're carrying a mattress. Hello. The guy's like right in the way and thinking, okay, I'm looking at you like, what is this? Like they should tell the old guy to get in, do something in the other room. And it was just so weird. My brother has a bunch of pictures from when he was remodeling his old house, and a little girl kept showing up in the pictures. There was no little girl that, wow, that's weird. Yeah. Yeah. This is a pretty newly built house. It was built in 95. But there already was, the guy that built the house died here, which I don't care. Almost every house there is, somebody died there. In fact, the house I just sold, Dave died there. So I know for a fact. As a matter of fact, my first house I had, somebody was murdered there, and then there was another person that died there. So at minimum. So I know there was like, that thing was loaded with ghosts. Yeah. And that one was loaded with ghosts, man. One was mean too. Someone died on every piece of land, pretty much. Pretty much. Yep. And maybe it might be like the ones that are like the first house I ever bought. There were bad ghosts in it, man. There was several ghosts. Well, there was some good ghosts and there was a bad ghost. And anyway, we found out there was a girl murdered down in the basement. That's where one ghost was. And then another lady died up in the bathroom, and that's where the other ghost was. And so that kind of explained that. Because I bought this really, actually, remember back in the 90s, if you wanted to buy a car, you had to buy a newspaper and look through the want ads or whatever. And I found out there's a car for sale right down the road about a mile. And I went to go look at it. And anyway, I ended up buying it. And the guy was going to drive it back to my house to go. And we came back and said, hey, this is my friend's house I grew up with. And I said, really? When we got the car back to my house, he said, yeah, that was weird. I was wondering if you're going to this house. He said, yeah, my friend grew up in this house. I said, really? Did anybody ever die in this house? He said, yeah, the mom. I said, was it upstairs in the bathroom? He said, yep. How'd you know? I said, because their ghost is still there. Yeah, that was just weird. What are the odds, huh? The wife of family friend of ours. Oh, the wife of a family friend of ours died years ago. She still shows up in photos. Really? Weird, huh? That is weird. Makes you wonder, huh? Or is it just somebody manifesting into that shape, or what is that? Yeah, weird. Yeah, photos are weird because they do capture a lot of stuff. Have since they invented the photos. You know what I mean? Um, so as you can see by the title, you know what? Now that her name was Wendy, and she did practice the craft. Oh, really? Weird. I just saw something with this girl and this guy. They like down in New Orleans. I think it was Baton Rouge. I can't remember. Right there, I think they got like witches and stuff down there. Anyway, just weird, man. Yeah, the craft. Yeah, they call it the craft. Oh, anyway. Mm. Oh, guess what was in the picture was a crow feet. I mean chicken feet. Those chicken paws. Just like you said. Um, the lady said that when she went in, it was a witchcraft place. They were gonna talk to this girl, and she said there was like the whole wall had like potions, like potions. They bottles with potions, and they said there was chicken feet hanging. Anyway, yeah, I'll pass on all that, man. That's some creepy stuff. That is some creepy stuff. All right. So, hey, now that my it is weird. Don't you wonder if it is Wendy, or is it somebody manifesting to look like Wendy? You know what I'm saying? Chicken paws, they can be substituted for the rapture. Oh, can they be? Oh, maybe if you hang them around your neck, you might be more likely to get raptured. It may help up the odds in case you've been doing something wrong or something lately, or believed the wrong thing. Then you just wrap that chicken paw around your neck, and then you're good to go. Shouldn't there be a rapture right now? Isn't this April rapture time? Did Easter already pass? Yeah, Easter's over, right? Yeah. Yeah, shouldn't there have been an Easter rapture? Huh. I forgot to check in with the rapture crowd. There's usually a Passover / Easter rapture. And Gigi's there looking as sure as ever. That is going to happen, right? I mean, there's no way they can believe this stuff. Yeah. Chicken paws. Yeah, that is weird. Because I thought that was funny because remember you said that because they had them for sale at like Walmart or something. Um, they sold them in packages. I'm thinking, who would eat a chicken feet? Their whole packages full of chicken feet, and not cheap either. I mean, the same as like I don't know, chicken wings or whatever. It's not like giving them away. I'm thinking, who the heck would buy chicken feet? That is disgusting. And yeah, he said they use them for witchcraft, and that's what the guy said. He went in there, and there's potions, and there's chicken paws. Well, hey Patrick, good to see you. I guess we have to wait to catch the May Day rapture. Oh, that's a week from tomorrow. Hey Patrick, how you doing? How was your Sunday today? Did you have a good day? I hope all is well with you. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're healthy as can be. Uh, Yeah, we had it. Shalom to you too. Yeah, we had it up in the 80s for a little bit, and then we dipped that down to snowstorms again. But anyway, we're going back up into the 40s and 50s this week. Excited about that. Maybe a little sunshine for a couple days. Next week will be cold and disgusting. Next weekend again too. But oh well, I'm gonna enjoy get out and get some fresh air. Hey, yeah, good to see you too. Good to see you too. Yeah, we're just going to review Ezekiel. That's what we're doing this week, by the way. We are going to start Ezekiel. I think there's like, I can't remember, maybe 48 or 49 chapters, I think. If I remember right, I can't remember. 48 or 49 chapters, I think. Anyway, it's kind of a long book, so we're going to be on Ezekiel for probably 2 weeks. Well, hey, John, how you doing tonight? Good Sunday evening, and shalom to you, too. How you been, John? Good to see you. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. And I hope everybody has an awesome week. I hope you have a great week. Yeah, Ezekiel. Ezekiel's kind of trippy. Lots of visions and stuff in there, too. I'll just pop that open so you can see it. There's actually a lot of these prophets have some, like I said, no rapture. No, I kind of forgot about it. Slipped my mind, so I hope I didn't blow it. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera on. There it is. All right. Yeah, we're waiting for the Mayday rapture. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer the May. I prefer it on a nicer day than right now. We have it's been kind of cold lately, so we've been putting the rapture off. But yeah, I don't know what GG and all those other ones, if they took off without us or. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you guys. Yeah, so Ezekiel's probably gonna take at least 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. It's a long one. And you know what's after that? Jeremiah. Jeremiah is no shorter. Actually, I think Jeremiah's, if I remember right, Jeremiah's like 52 chapters, or 51 or 50. No, maybe it's like 52 chapters. So it's like a couple more chapters, but I can't remember. They're both long. So yeah, that's Ezekiel's visions. Actually, it's a couple of his visions. You got let me get the mouse, the cat right on my mouse pad here. So this is God up in the sun. Look, they almost, well, he's shining. I think that's not the sun. He's shining because they're all shining. But yeah, you got God up here. And it's kind of weird because these are the visions. So here's Ezekiel talking to God. Here's the lion thing, the gyroscope. Look at a couple of these. Like, and you know what? I got a really cool summary. I should do it tomorrow. Which YouTube prophet is Ezekiel? John, I said, you know what? I recently listened to some people that did DMT, and it's very close to what these prophets are seeing. They see the same stuff. People on DMT, they see like faces with like a whole bunch of eyes on them. Like whenever they're talking, I'm thinking, wow, that's just like Ezekiel. That's just like Daniel, whatever. Anyway, some weird visions. Here's another one, but I want to find that chariot thing. Let's find that chariot thing because what I think it is, I think God's like in a wheelchair with gyroscope wheels. So everybody does a different thing, but yeah, that's lame. That one's lame. But The wheels are like these gyroscope things. I don't know if they're just flying all over the place, but anyway. But where is it? Yeah, I don't know. That's just a chariot. That's not really. I have seen a picture, a good picture. It's almost like I don't see it at all. Look at that. Well, that one. That's kind of cool. So the wheels are like gyroscopes. They move and they're like gyroscope wheels. See, everybody does a different thing. I think it's more like here, let's do the chariot. The chariot's more like a almost like a wheelchair, like he's sitting. Yeah, the wheels are gyroscope. You're a gyroscope, like this thing. Remember those toys they used to have gyroscopes? You'd spin them. And let's see, where is a good? That's weird. Anyway, so these are the stories that we're gonna go over. Like sometimes people think the wheels are like detached. I don't know. Some people picture them. I don't know. So as you can see, it depends who you ask. People draw different things. So there's one. That one's got a bunch of eyeballs on it. This is like I said. This is the kind of DMT stuff people see. I'm like, wow. I'm not sure who would do that on purpose to themselves, but anyway. God's traveling throne. That's what it is. It's a that's a good that's a good description right here. Got Ezekiel's vision of traveling throne. That's what it is. It's like a traveling throne. Oh, here, that's kind of a cool picture right here. I can't. Thought I forgot. I can't zoom in. Right? I can do that. I don't know if you can see that. His traveling throne, so he can just. Oh, here's another one. So you see how the wheels are going all different directions? So some people think it's like wheels on all four sides. Other people read it and think it's like a gyroscope. Like that, wheels. I mean, ancient wheel orb device. Yeah. Something that makes it fly. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because why would he? There's another one. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Well, there's the remains of it. They found it. They found the wheels. Anyway. So yeah, there's been lots of pictures of it. Here's a eyeballs. Here's another one. See the eyeballs? Here's a closer one. Eyeballs all over the wheels. Eyeballs on the wheels. I mean, that's weird. There's another illustration. Eyeballs on the wheels. Anyway, so people can make up their own mind what they think they're talking about. And other people just have it, I don't know, a little more plainer. That's another thing. If God is spirit, he doesn't need translation. That's what I'm thinking too. That's something kind of weird. The idea of investing nausea and or diarrhea in order to connect with God is crazy to me, but that's people do it. Is that what it is? Nausea and diarrhea? Yeah, this is just weird. And here's a spaceship one. There's one from the 21st century. Oh, it's got rocket engines on it. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like he travels around in this thing. Anyway, so to me, personally, I'll just say to me, whether this story of Ezekiel's, all his visions and his prophecies, really, for all of them for that matter, really doesn't change anything for me. Whether they're real or not really doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. I really don't put any stock because it doesn't change my life. If this is a real vision or if it's not a vision, my day is going to be still the same tomorrow. Well, hey D, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. I hope your Sunday went well. Inviting, and yes, those drugs would cause those nausea and diarrhea. Wow, they don't tell you that in the interview. I heard MH. I can't scroll through here. Hold on a second. Didn't the YouTube prophet say we have until 2030 now? Yeah. Yeah. Now he's kicking the can down the road to 2030. He must want Cynthia to lease him another 4 years on another car. Oops. You conked out early last night? Well, we're glad to see you tonight. Anyway, I hope you had a good day, D. Hope all went well today. Another shocker. I don't think Yah is God. Yah was a flesh and blood being like us. I heard that too, John. I mean, God is spirit. So, and you know what? I think it's very obvious in the Old Testament. There are multiple sources and multiple gods. You've got Abba. You've got God, Abba, Yahweh, Jehovah. Who else? You've got multiple names and multiple gods. One God wants animal sacrifices. Another God just wants you to repent. Another God this, another God that. And that's why there's so many contradictions, because there's multiple sources, which each one probably had a different God. You know what I mean? Yes, we missed you, D. Good to see you tonight, D. So you got Yahweh, you've got Abba, you've got God, Jehovah. What else? Had a good day going to the meeting, grocery shopping, and being with family. That's nice. Sounds good. Sounds like a nice Sunday. I believe the true God remains a hidden force. Yeah, I think so too, John. Why do I always do that? I always can combine John, Dane. I think so too. I think it comes down to just good, good and bad, doing good, doing bad, helping other people. I think universally a God would want all that. You know what I watched lately? I watched over the last month or so. I've watched a lot of those. Like there's a guy in particular who investigates like near-death experiences of people who were clinically dead, proven by medical reports, whether it's in the hospital or ambulance or whatever. And everybody had to prove that they were clinically dead to even tell their story. And I've heard a lot of those stories, and every one of them. And one guy, some were even in body bags. That's how long they were dead. But it's kind of all universal. You know what? They man, they all kind of got the same story. When they die, they see everything like happening. Some of them don't realize it's them for a while. And then but they said that they can hear the thoughts of everybody around. They can even feel the feelings of the people. And it's just really weird. But anyway, it boils down to really being a good person. You know what I mean? And you know how people say their life flashes before their eyes when they almost die? A lot of people say that happens. It's like you get like somebody's flipping a book with all the things you did, like, all these pictures, and you see the good things that you did and the bad things that you did. You see when you felt the way. So when you made somebody feel good, you saw who those people were that you made feel good, and you felt this the way you felt their feelings, the way that they felt you made them feel. And the same with the bad. When you hurt somebody's feelings, you saw those people you hurt, and you felt what you did to those people. It's just really, it's weird because there's a lot of people say that same thing. And then there's also there's also, oh, and another thing they always mention is there's no religion. Nobody says, oh, you believed in the wrong God or this or that. um they all said that there's like angels and helpers and guides and stuff. um but there's like something controlling all these helpers, but you can assume it's God, but God, he never shows himself. Like nobody sees God, and not the real, but they can tell that all these people obviously are working for whoever. And anyway, then there's also the stories from these hospice nurses who's worked for years and years and saw people actually die and see what happens in their vision. Like as the people die, I've seen a couple people die. I was there when Dave died. I was there when Dave's mom died. I was there when my mom died. And so if you guys know, if you've been around somebody when they died, sometimes they'll see people. Anyway, it's just weird. But anyway, a lot of it's right. It doesn't matter where they come from, what color skin is, or what the religion is. Right. Patrick said, studying NDV since 1915. NDs, yeah. Interesting, isn't it, Patrick? But they all say it's nothing about religion, you guys. Nothing about religion. Then they had those people. I listened to the hospice nurses about the people who did die, and like what happens, why they're dying, what they see. A lot of them saw the same thing. All these people don't know each other, but they all see a lot of the same thing when they die, as they're as they're dying. But no, when it comes down to it, I think that we are souls that just live on and on. Personally, I think we're souls that just live on. Maybe reincarnated or whatever, but I think we're just a soul that lives on after this death. And maybe each time, I don't know, we learn more. I don't know. I've tried making amends to whoever I've hurt in the past, but I'm sure there were some people I didn't mean to hurt. Yeah. Yeah. And, I don't know if it's about, not, it's probably more about what we did on purpose, Yeah, I'm leaning more towards reincarnation, you know what I mean? Which actually the Jews are now finally admitting that that's what they believe in. They never admitted it before that I've ever seen. And I've even heard them say, we're finally admitting it. It's almost like somebody gave them all permission to do it because they're all starting to talk about it now. And they do have other sources of writings that we don't. I don't have any memory of my experience other than I knew I was going to die giving birth. I told my hubby to make sure. Wait, this thing's hard to control. Hold on a second. Let me get my other phone. Wait. Actually, I know what I'll do. Let me turn my volume down. There it is. Yeah, that's all you can do, D. I mean, just make amends to whoever we can, right? I don't. Wait. I know I was gonna die giving birth. I told my hubby to make sure he named the baby. I thought she was going to die too. I wanted her named. Do you think so too, D? Excuse me. Need something to drink. There's an NDE where a young woman met God and gave her his eyeglasses so she could see reality from his view. It's called NDE, seeing God's eyeglasses, something like that on YouTube. Yeah, that's cool, Patrick. Um, yeah, I actually took a shortcut. Instead of watching all these individual ones, I just been watching this guy who studies this, and like I said, they have to all have documentation that they were dead by medical. It's got to have medical documentation. So he kind of weeds a lot of them out then, you know what I mean? And does kind of the hard work. So anyway, it's kind of interesting. But a lot, but what is kind of common in that is that like other people, like the people who had near death experience, like when they had their life flash between where different people, like the people that they did good to and the people that they hurt, and the people that they hurt and did good, they felt their feelings, and and it really was to show you how you affect other people. I mean, all these people obviously got to go back and live more, except for the hospice people who did die. But yeah. So that was with your daughter, Grace? Did you have a near-death experience? Oops, sorry, Cat. Bosco went out and got in a fight. He likes going out now. Yeah, no scrappers. He's all chunks of little chunks missing out all of them. Anyway, so yeah, so that is the plan. Ezekiel for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks probably. Anybody want to come up and chat? You can chat. Oh, you know that Schmoops or whatever, what was it called? Schmoop. I really like Schmoop because they we did that summary the other day of Daniel, and I read the Schmoop. I barely even, I didn't read the whole review, but I found the Schmoop review on Ezekiel, and it is, I like it. I could do it tomorrow. It sums up the whole book, but it would take probably 45 minutes to read it, but it is worth it. I mean, it'll sum up Ezekiel in one night. Really good summary. I like it. My thing's not scrolling. But yeah, it is kind of about just seeing how you can affect other people, you know. But yeah, some weird stories. Here, I'll turn the camera back on. I've been scrolling through here. Vision of the chariot. Oh, and then there's also the in Ezekiel, we're also going to be doing the dry bones. Remember that? Ezekiel 11? I can't remember. Ezekiel's vision of it's the 2-stick prophecy with this stick. This is like kind of supposed to be like an end time prophecy. Where is it? The dry bones. Ezekiel. Well, it's not really even a vision. It's cherubim. We don't know. It's more the dry bones. And that's where the, well, like a resurrection, which, you know, if you need your bones to get resurrected, I don't know about that, because you know what? How long do bones last? You know what I mean? You really need your bones to be all in one place. I don't know about that. Anyway, the dry bones. Is it? Oh, Ezekiel 37. That's what it is. It's up down there a bit. So yeah, the valley of the dry bones. This is where all the bones are going to come back together. Then the muscles, then the tendons, and then the skin, and then it's going to be a body again. You know, I think that's more like a whatever, a description of bringing, I don't know, the people back together. Not literally the people body, valley of the dry bones. Wasn't there a song, Ezekiel, dry bones, dry bones? That's weird. It looks like they're sleeping. Looks like the skeleton's sweeping. But yeah, this is another weird one. And well, and then it has the 12 tribes reuniting. So really, are there 12 tribes that can reunite today? Is that even possible? Symbolic and metaphorical. I think so too, John. It has to be. It has to be, because there's no way everybody's bones are going to be together. And what about, I mean, you know how many people's bones have been scattered by animals in the last thousands of years? And just, yeah, not many people are going to have them all gathered tidy in a box or something. You know what I mean? Mausoleum or something. I don't think that God would he'd be like, oh man, it's supposed to be 206 bones. There's only 140. Yeah, yeah, you can't make it, buddy. You gotta have all 206 bones. Anyway, yeah, to me, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I think so too, metaphor. Yeah, U2D, yeah. Yeah, I think so too. It's just about, really it's about the tribes all reuniting back in Israel. They've been scattered so many times. And at this point, you guys, did you ever see the have you ever seen a pie chart of how many Jews are in the world? It's a sliver. It's like 1% of the people in the world are Jewish. Yeah, let's see, Jewish. So I mean, this prophecy is for less than 1% of the world. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Wait, I'll do a religion pie chart. Let's see how many Jewish people there are. Not many. So, I mean, if this thing is true, some of them probably don't know which tribe they are exactly. Mom probably don't even know if they are Jewish. All right, here. Here's a good pie chart right here. Well, here's in the United States. Well, I guess we could go worldwide, but it's probably going to be even less. So as you can see, Jewish, 1.7%. It's like 1% of the people in the world are Jewish. That's this blue color here. This whole entire pie, that's how many people that Ezekiel prophecy is about. I mean, so that right there, that sliver out of the whole pie is Jewish people right there, that blue sliver. United States anyway. Let's see if we can get one for the world. Religion pie chart for the world. Gotta get a current one here. So, I mean, okay. Folk religion. All right. Christianity, Hinduism. Where's World religions. There it goes. Orthodox. Hindus, Muslims. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so now just think about it. I mean, all these prophecies that are for the Jews, this is how big it is. See this? Look at wow, this is worldwide, you guys. So most of the Jews are United States. Out of the whole world, 0.23% of people, less than 1/4% of the people in the world are Jewish. See that blue sliver there? That sliver, that's the Jewish people. See the whole rest of the whole pie? That's everybody else. Sliver, Jewish people. I think it has to be more metaphorical, simply based on Christian hatred of the Jew. Yeah. Yeah. But look at that. So less than 1%, a 1/4 of people. This is worldwide. Huh, worldwide. Here you go. Here's another chart. There's a little. They tipped the pie a little bit so we can see the pie better. Judaism right here. This little sliver. It's not even this sliver. It's the red sliver next to the yellow sliver. 0.2%. So 0.2% in the world is Jewish. You see that? Unless you go to Hollywood. No, I'm just kidding. But as you did see, most of the Jewish are in the United States. All right, here. Almost all the Jews are United States. Well, I suppose equal between Israel, maybe? United States? I don't know. Where are we here? Here, even less. In 2015, Jews 0.2%. Right here, 0.1%. That's not much. So anyway, so if these are prophecies for the Jews, it's not for 99.99% of people, because that's what leaves left. If the Jews in the world are 0.1% or 0.2%, that leaves 99.98%. There are a lot of Russian Jews too. Well, in Russia, in the United States. Actually, I think most of the Russians and the Afghanistan, I know, is a lot of Christians. I think Russians had, let's see, let's find out. Russian Jews. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they're not going to give me a. Oh, there's the. Remember they said he had a diaper on the other day? Ukraine, that's what. There's a lot of Christians in the Ukraine. Jews in Russia. 21 census, 2021. Right there, it just cut off. Well, a century ago, it was the largest Jewish community in the world. Exodus of Jews from Russia since President Vladimir invading. Okay, so they're getting out now, but Ukraine is next to Russia. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, pretty much everybody's getting out, not just them. They're all kind of. Oops. All right. What else we got? Yeah, so we're just so either tomorrow we're either gonna start Ezekiel or I'm gonna go through that review because that is it's a very it's very well done. I liked it. It was, like I said, take about 40 minutes. What will happen to Ukraine? I don't know. I really don't follow any of that stuff. Oh, I did pull up a timeline of Ezekiel. Where is it? Where is my timeline? What in the heck? What the heck? Where'd my timeline go? I had a timeline up here. Huh. That's weird. It's gone. Let me try it again. It just shows you it's overlapping. Daniel, Jeremiah, and all the other ones that we're doing. So let's see. Timeline Ezekiel. I'll pull it up again. I'll just take a second. I don't know how it got closed off of there, but it did. It will probably become part of Russia again. Yeah. Ever since our whole life, they've been kind of flip flop, and they even changed the name. When we were growing up, when I was growing up in elementary school, it was called the USSR or whatever, right? United Soviet Republic. All right, here it is. Here's the timeline. If I can get on here. So there is the timeline of Ezekiel that we're starting this week. So just real quick, here's a 70-year captivity. I can't really zoom in. Yeah, back in the USSR. Yeah, the Beatles. I guess the remaining Ukrainians will have to evacuate to Poland and other places. Yeah. Yeah, so people that think that they're just going to get a bunch of buckets of food and sit in their house while there's tribulation and stuff, no. You see, if war comes, you are now a refugee. You take what you can carry and you leave on foot. And that's where all these refugees just take off on foot with everything they can carry. So people think they're going to sit in their houses with buckets of food. You got it made. Well, unless war comes, then you gotta hike it and get out. So buckets of food aren't really necessarily going to save people. And they're rip-offs too. A bunch of hamburger helper for $300 or something like that. Right. Russia and Ukraine have been fighting each other for centuries. This isn't different. Yeah, you're right, D. I mean, my whole life growing up, I've heard about it, Yeah, it's nothing new. Nothing new under the sun. All right. I'm not hiking anywhere. I'm that way too, D. I mean, yeah, if they want to kill me. But otherwise, I'm going to get back to what I'm doing. Yeah. But these big cities and stuff, they bomb the cities out, and then the people have no choice but to leave. But you know what? Hey, if it's your time, it's your time. I think our time is marked either way. So, whatever happens, happens. That's right. My sister-in-law took off on foot with her baby on her back. When war happens, you do whatever it takes. You don't hide in your bed. That's right. Peek out the window with your big buckets of food. I'm going to make some tea now. I'm going to make some tea and watch the tribulation go by. All right. All right. You guys can see that. I could have brought it on the big screen, but anyway. Yeah, I agree. Whatever happens, happens. It's out of our control. That's right. You deal with it when it happens. Is anything happening today? Nope. All I know is today I'm fine. I don't know what tomorrow's going to be. All I know is today everything's fine. All right. Here we go. Timeline from, I don't know, 630 or something BC all the way to 530 BC. That's like 100 years here. At least. Wait, 628. Anyway, looks longer than that. Yeah, that's why I don't like. That's why I don't live in a city, like living in the middle of nowhere. I do too. I do, and it's cheaper too. It's healthier. It's cheaper. The people are nicer. There's less crime. The insurance is lower on everything. Everything's lower. You just, yeah, I love it. I'll never move back to big city if I can help it. Yeah, because if anything, that they hit them big cities, and that's that's what happens. They don't hit the little farm guy out in the middle of nowhere. All right. So anyway, here's 100 years, over 100 years here. We just, in the blue here is Daniel. We just read Daniel. We just finished last week. And that, as you can see, here's a 70-year captivity. And it goes from chapter 2 all the way to here, to just after they freed the captives. So through Nebuchadnezzar and Belshazzar. Here's Jeremiah, which we have yet to read. We'll probably reading next. And right now we are down here at Ezekiel. As you can see, Ezekiel at the bottom here. And this was written from 595 BC to 574 BC. So that's 74, 84, 90 for 21 years. So what we're going to read in Ezekiel was written in a 21-year span. So we're going to be going through. Then we'll go to Jeremiah, which would be 58 or 88, 98, which is a lot more. Decades more. Anyway, so there is, and here's where Nebuchadnezzar sacks Jerusalem. And way in the green over here is where they rebuilt it. So where all these prophets are in the middle here, pretty much during the captivity of Babylon. So just I wanted to see what that was. Ezekiel means God strengthens. It says, I can barely read it, but it says, while the prophecies he relates contains many warnings, the overall message is in harmony with the meaning of his name and strengthens the faith of those who want to give God pure worship. That's what his name, Ezekiel, means God worship, or God strengthens. God strengthens. Anyways, that is about it. But yeah, I think about it. I gotta check out my Schmutz review. I love their take. They know how to sum things up really good. I might do that tomorrow, or we'll start. I don't know. I'll think about it. But I'm so stoked. I got my living room. Everything's painted and put back. I'm so happy. Everything's hung back on the wall. I can start putting things all the way back together again. But yeah, pretty good day. It's supposed to be nice, a little nicer during the week. We're gonna get some sunshine, maybe some 50s this week again. Back up a little bit warmer. So, anything else, you guys? Yeah, but you always see those refugees on TV. I don't know. Like they're always. But I'm suspicious of those TV refugees. I'm telling you, because one of the very first things that woke me up to fake news and to really to what that we're in a rigged reality was the refugees, because I remember in like 2014, 2015, working my butt off, get up in the morning, and I would be completely showered, clean clothes, and I would go to work for the day, and we'd be emptying out houses or whatever, moving things, whatever. I would come home and I was so filthy. My hands were filthy, my arms were filthy, my legs, my clothes were filthy. And this is just regular, just working. And I remember one day I came home and I thought, how is it that these refugees have such clean clothes and their hands aren't dirty? I just worked 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever it was, and I'm filthier than all of them put together. How is that? When they're running across the country and their whites are spotless white. That's what I thought. Wait a minute. How can their clothes be cleaner than mine? That's really one of the first things that really made me wonder if the news is fake. And another time, it was the same thing. Remember they were showing the refugees running through a field, and there was, I don't know if it was a lady or a guy, but they were the news was videotaping these refugees running, and they were carrying their children. They're running. They all had very clean clothes on. Like I said, their shoes and their clothes and their hands. How can their hands be so clean? Anyway, I have a shower I can come home to every night. They don't. So how are they staying cleaner than me? That's the first thing that hit me, that there's something really wrong here. Anyway, another thing was they were all running through a field, and one of the TV reporters stuck their leg. A guy was running. You guys remember this? A guy was running. All the refugees were running. I'm not sure really what form, but they were running through a field. And the one guy was hanging on to a little boy, and they're running. And somebody's back filming him. You could see one of the reporters stuck their leg out and tripped the guy, and he went rolling, flying with this kid in his arms, and wiped out. And I'm thinking, no way would a reporter do that. Anyway, like I said, how are their whites so white? Hundreds of people, nicely dressed, clean. That's what tipped me off. Great. And you know what else? They were coming to shore in these dinghies, and they were still spotless. Like they just came out of J.C. Penney's clothing store. They were all spotless. Coming out of dinghies, just almost died, escaping through countrysides and white caps and all kinds of countryside, and they're still, their hands are clean. I'm thinking, how is their hands clean? How are their clothes clean? Look at their shoes. And I don't get it. Like I said, I had a shower to come home every day. And how is it they are cleaner than me and their clothes are staying cleaner? I didn't get it. They ain't got a shower and they ain't got a laundry. That's like, that was one of the first things. Another thing that tipped me off was when that shooter, what was his name? It was the one that they caught, and then the cops brought him to Burger King and bought him Burger King before they were on him in question. They went to the Burger King drive-thru. I'm thinking, wait a minute. There is no way these cops are gonna, after all that, the guys in the back of the cop, then they're gonna drive through Burger King and see if he wants something. Nah. Oh, sure. Yeah, well, let's see. Kathy, before you sign off, please say a prayer for my brother. He's been choking on liquids lately. He just had soup and he choked on it until he puked. Oh, really? Huh. Sorry to hear that. You have any idea? Anyway, absolutely we'll pray. Your brother's name Dave, I think. That brother. We'll just pray for Grace's brother. But yeah, we are. It's been happening a lot. Oh, that's Has it been seen from that? Okay. Huh. Yeah. You see why he's doing that, huh? All right. Well, I'll wrap it up and we will say a prayer for him. Absolutely. Oh, sorry to hear that. I sure hope he recovers soon. That's no good. All right. No, he hasn't been seen. Yeah. 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 Maybe hopefully it's something simple they can fix or something, you know? All right. I had some super glue. A little tube of super glue I got on my finger. I hate that. Well, hopefully he can get checked out, huh? Yeah, let's say a prayer for him. I'm gonna sign off and we will say good night. Gracie will say good night. And a good start to the week. All right, Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us once again, and we thank you for letting us start our week off together and with fellowship, and thank you for blessing our day. And we say a special prayer for Grace's brother Dave, and we just pray for his healing, and we pray that we find out what it is, and we pray that you help him to heal and restore him, and we thank you for hearing our prayers for him. We thank you for all of our blessings, and we ask that you help us and strengthen us through this week and protect us, our homes, our families, our pets. We just pray that you guide us through this week, and we pray that we can be good servants. Amen and amen. It is very annoying having super glue on my fingers, right at the tip of my fingers, kind of connecting to my fingernail. Stuff's like water too. I tipped the thing over. I didn't know it just drained out. Anyway, on a piece of paper, but it got my fingers. It got my fingers. Not like that. I don't know if there's any quick way to get super glue off. Maybe hand lotion or something to dissolve it. Maybe rubbing alcohol, acetone. Not sure. Hate it. All right. Well, it was nice seeing you guys tonight. I'm going to try to scroll through without. Let's see. So I want to say thanks for coming in, guys, and I hope to see you during the week for Ezekiel. Tomorrow I might do the Schmoop review of it. I say it might take a minute, but it really is a really cool there's a really cool summary on it. Sleep well, D. Be blessed. I use a nail file out. Yeah. Or how about a piece of sandpaper? Same thing, huh? I got sandpaper handy. Yep. Good night to you too, D. Oops, what happened to my chat here? So good night to D. Good night to Grace. Good night to Patrick Palimino. Good night to John Dane. Am I missing anybody? And anybody else that came in and listened, thanks for listening. And if you're listening on the replay, thanks for listening on the replay. And anyway, thanks for coming in, guys. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Have a great rest of the evening. Have an awesome day tomorrow. Have a good Monday. All right, good night, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. Praise and glory to God. Hallelujah and shalom. Good night and peace.